Yo, everyone. Endo the Sane here once again. Just wanted to talk about another interesting thing. Now, I've noticed a lot of people having certain videos, I guess, I don't know, YouTube videos, and people talking about how Godzilla is stronger than, like, a lot of stuff. Megazords included. Now, here's where I find it really difficult to say. I am a Power Ranger fan, right? I love Power Rangers, all right? I like a lot of other stuff, too. Okay? Heroes, period, including, well, yeah, I like a lot of stuff, right? But as much as I hate to admit it, people are right. Godzilla is very powerful and strong enough to beat a Megazord. Here's where it gets interesting, though. I've never, so far that I've seen or watched or viewed videos, anyone talk about Godzilla versus a Power Ranger. Now, before y'all go saying, oh no, a Power Ranger would die or get squashed by Godzilla, they wouldn't last 5 seconds. Hold up. This is where things are gonna get interesting. Okay? Now, I know this is technically a team effort, but to make it fair, we're only gonna have one Ranger go up against him. My opinion, I believe any Ranger, if they were about the same size as Godzilla, or Godzilla was the same size as the Power Rangers, I believe any Ranger, even the weakest Ranger, could defeat him. But that's my opinion. Because I have seen a lot of Rangers take a lot of hits. But at the same time, maybe there are limits to what those certain Rangers, especially the weakest ones, can do. Now, any Power Ranger fan knows about Tommy Oliver, the only guy to ever be 5 Rangers. He was Mighty Morphin Green Ranger, then he was Mighty Morphin White Ranger, which was nothing but pure light energy, positive energy? I don't know what to say there. Good energy? I don't know. One of the 3. Then, when those powers left, Zeo Red, I don't know, Turbo Red Ranger. And then, last but not least, Dino Thunder Black Ranger. Now, a lot of you might not know this, but if you're a Power Rangers fan, you should definitely know this. There is a Ranger that is capable of making other Rangers, or himself, grow. Now, can he single one person out? I would assume yes. I don't see why he wouldn't be able to. I feel like he could, but we're talking about Gold Zeo Ranger. If the Gold Ranger from Zeo were to increase Tommy Oliver's size as about the same size as Godzilla, or maybe Godzilla would be still bigger, I don't know, then that would be an interesting challenge. Because no one ever asked that. A lot of people say that Godzilla would still win. I find that hard to believe. I personally find that hard to believe. Or maybe people don't say Godzilla win. Maybe people would say the Power Ranger, Tommy Oliver, would win. I don't know. Me personally, I feel like Tommy would win for sure. Because, especially now, he has Master Morpher. We all know what that is. Or at least some of us who keeps up with the show. We all know what the Master Morpher is. How did he get it? If I remember correctly, I believe the Morphin Masters gave it to him. I'm not sure. But basically, for those who don't know what that is, it's basically a morpher that allows you to go to any type of Power Ranger transformation you ever took prior to having the last Ranger transformation. So, for instance, if somebody was originally a Pink Ranger, and then they became a Yellow Ranger, then it became a Blue Ranger in another series, and then became a Black Ranger, with the Master Morpher, you will be able to transform to any single Ranger you ever were prior, which also means you would be able to also have the very abilities of that Ranger. Now, I don't know if Tommy could do this, but I've been curious about this. If Tommy were to drop one of his weaponry, like, I don't know, Brachial Staff or the Dragon Dagger or Saba, what do you think would happen? Do you think that the blade would just disappear after he morphs into a different one? I would say no. I feel like it would still stay out because the reason why is in Power Rangers Samurai, when the Samurai Rangers had that battle, I don't remember if it was the last one or if it was second to last, but I know that they had that one battle where they were completely demorphed and they were able to use their weaponry. Also, Dino Fury was also able to use their weaponry even when they weren't able to morph. So that makes me feel like maybe Tommy would be able to use more than one blade or more than one arsenal, whatever, at his disposal. So he probably would, even though they didn't show it in the show, I feel like he would probably be able to use the Dragon Dagger, the Brachio Staff, the Zeo Power Blade, or the Turbo Lightning Blade. I don't know. I feel like he would be able to use multiple at once. Like, I feel like he would be able to use even 3 possibly, putting Sabo to the side, considering the fact he can fly by himself, and then grab, like, 2 other weaponry. I don't know. But I feel like Tommy Oliver, if he were to go to an exceptional size against Godzilla, I feel like he would win. Here's why. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. There might be some things I don't know about all these Power Ranger transformations. All right, maybe I might have missed something. If you guys see that I missed something, please tell me down in the comments below. Right. Also, I should have said this from the beginning. Like and subscribe. Also, share this video if you can. If you would be willing to do that, that would really help me out a lot. So, if Tommy Oliver were to go up against Godzilla, I would feel like he would win because of these very reasons. First off, when he was the Green Ranger, and when he had his Dragon Dagger, anytime somebody were to use or shoot a blast at him, he was able to deflect it. Or at least Jason's blast. Could he deflect anyone else's? I'm not sure. I don't know if he can only deflect like minor little blasts, or if he can deflect any type of blast, because I never seen him do that again, which is kind of messed up. Not only that, he also has an armor around his Ranger suit, and he can also give it to someone else if need be. Not only that, call upon the Dragon Zord if he wanted to. That's with the Dragon Dagger. With Saba, that's a little different. Saba, as I said before, can apparently float. He's also a living entity, and he can shoot lasers from his eyes. And he's also a blade. And he can also control the Tiger Zord. Golly, I just noticed that a lot of his weaponry, he tends to use his weapons to control creatures. Huh. Or at least those two. I don't think... No, never mind. Brachio doesn't do that. He can call it upon with his morpher, I think. That's what I usually see, I believe. I don't know. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong here. Now, another weaponry that he has, as I said before, the Power Zero Sword, or Blade, and the Turbo Lightning Sword. When you charge the Turbo Lightning Sword with an exceptional amount of power, you're going to do a lot of damage. And then the Power Sword itself, from the Zeo, yeah, that's going to be even more powerful, because through time passing by, he will actually be able to increase his power. That's actually pretty amazing with the Zeo Crystal. That's just a Zeo Crystal, though. None of the other Rangers can do that, which is kind of messed up. But apparently that's why the show was canceled, apparently, because, or at least that's the theory. People think the crystals were too powerful. And honestly, I guess I could say because over time he would actually gain a lot of power to the point where maybe he wouldn't be able to contain it. He is only human, and I'm pretty sure humans have their limits. Even though they're Power Rangers and they can withstand a lot, which is funny. I don't know. That's just so weird. But hey, whatever. Can't really say much about it. So, now those are those 4 weapons, right? Also, with Turbo, I guess they have like some little guns or blasters too, and Zeo does too. All the Rangers have blasters and like regular swords and stuff. And other equipment, but I don't think that would do much damage to Godzilla. I feel like the personal weapons of Tommy Oliver from all of his Power Ranger forms would actually do a lot of damage. Especially, last but not least, the Brachio Staff. And I could never really understand if it was a staff or a sword or both. It was the shape of a sword, but he said staff. And it's like, so what does he do with it? Does he just smack people with it like a staff? Does he slice people? Because it doesn't look like it's able to slice or slash or anything. It looks like more it could stab or poke someone. Not saying it wouldn't do no damage. I'm pretty sure it would do an exceptional amount of damage. Don't get me wrong. But I know for a fact that this weapon is really crazy. Now, I don't know if a lot of you remember this or know this, but if there's one thing I like about the brachial staff, it's that it can actually call upon certain elements. It can call upon a tsunami, an earthquake, and I really never knew what the other one was. What, like some sort of infernal fire blast? I don't know. All I know is he's able to call upon fire from the earth, I guess. I don't know if it's actually from the earth only, or he could call upon it from somewhere else. But I do know he definitely can make tsunamis, earthquakes, and he can summon fire. He literally did this to a villain or monster, whatever you guys want to say, in the show. He literally created an earthquake, put the monster inside it, and summoned fire and burned the creature. He burned the dude alive. I don't even know if he survived or not. I think he got destroyed. And just doing that alone, that would really mess someone up. Especially for a tough guy like Godzilla. I feel like that would actually do a lot of damage. Now, I'm pretty sure that Tommy would not be stupid enough to call on a tsunami unless he was willing to swim, which I don't think he's going to do that. Like, Tommy, he's a very experienced fighter, and he knows how to deal with certain monsters. He's dealt with every single type of monster, even monsters that can shoot out blasts. Alright, and also monsters that can apparently eat your weapon. So, yeah, that's actually very interesting. But the point of the matter is, Tommy Oliver would win this battle due to the fact that with all of his weaponry, he would actually do a lot of damage to Godzilla. Now, again, Godzilla does have a lot of feats. He has endurance or durability. I don't know if that's one of the same. He definitely has his atomic breath or atomic blast. I don't know what it's called. People call it different stuff. I can never get what that thing is. I can never understand what it is. And don't get me wrong. I don't hate Godzilla. I think he's actually a cool cat or lizard. He is an awesome fighter. He definitely knows how to use his surroundings if necessary. And, well, yeah, he has a very powerful tail that apparently can kill something and apparently can move at the speed of a sonic boom. Or at least crack the air to make a sonic boom sound. I don't know. Never understood that. He has enough power to do that. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's gonna really mess someone up. I'm pretty sure anybody would be hurting for a while. I mean, the Moto got destroyed by Godzilla with one hit. At least that's what everyone's saying. I don't feel like that happened, because I could have sworn that the Moto got killed a different one. I thought Godzilla, bit at him and just ripped him to shreds. I don't know. Maybe I saw something else. Maybe I wasn't paying attention or something. I don't know. I do know he killed one with an atomic blast. So much radiation compressed into one blast, and the Moto just couldn't take it. Yeesh. That's all bad. This guy could eat radiation waste, but he couldn't take the blast. If something you're able to eat somehow is able to burn you alive from the inside out from some other creature or just some other device or being, whatever, yeesh, that's how you know how powerful that thing is, because your stomach was built to take radiation waste, then yeah, that's a problem. There is a big gigantic problem. Yeesh. At least if it's concentrated to that degree, to the point where it can literally destroy you from the inside out. And again, don't get me wrong, I do like Godzilla. I think he's a cool dude. Cool lizard. Don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on him. I don't hate him. Trust me, I do not hate him. Right? I think he's actually pretty awesome. Right? I'm just saying, in a death battle between Power Rangers, or a Power Ranger, especially the legend himself, Tommy Oliver, versus Godzilla, Godzilla will definitely put up a fight. Don't get me wrong. He will put up a major fight. He will literally start blasting Tommy Oliver. He will tackle him down to the ground, grab him, toss him around, bite at him, stomp on him, shoot him with a blast directly to his face. He would do a lot of stuff. I'm pretty sure he would smack Tommy Oliver if he could, but another reason why I believe Tommy Oliver would also have another advantage is because Rangers, in general, are pretty fast and pretty strong and durable. I mean, when Lord Zed attacked the Earth with a giant Megazord that was meant to destroy a planet, he struck the Rangers with a beam that should have killed them. And they survived. They were still standing too. But of course they had to run because they really couldn't do much. But they were still alive, and they did not demorph, if I remember correctly. Not only that, this thing was so strong that it actually broke or tore apart the Megazord, which is another reason why I believe Godzilla won't stand a chance. Godzilla could actually blast Tommy with this radiation blast numerous times, and it probably might push Tommy back a couple times. It might actually even send him flying. It might actually do some damage to him, but will it do enough damage to kill him? No. Because this power, the Morphing Grid, is so strong. It's able to withstand so much pressure. Because that's what they're wearing. I always thought that they were just wearing suits. I mean, they are wearing suits, but it's not just a regular suit. It's actually a Morphing Grid suit. That suit is powered by the Morphing Grid itself. And the Morphing Grid is very powerful. Otherwise, a lot of villains wouldn't want to try to use that power for their own ends. A lot of people have used it. Not every single villain in the whole wide world, but a lot of people have used it. Whether it was to sustain their own life force, whether it was to make another army, whether it was to make their own team of evil rangers, whatever the reason was, they made it. And they did a good job at it too, I'll have to admit. Of course, the Rangers foiled their plans, but still, just based on the matter that they even did that to begin with, that's actually pretty good, because if a villain is willing to use the very energy that their opponent is using, yeah, I don't see how it's not powerful. Because I'm pretty sure if it's worth it, even if it's using the very thing that's stopping your plans, or stopping your conquest, or destruction of the Earth, or the planet, whatever they're trying to do, it must be worth getting it. It must be worth it. That Morphing Grid is so strong, they want to get their hands on it. So I don't see why and how the Rangers, or even one Ranger, wouldn't be able to withstand Godzilla's blast. Again, Godzilla would put up a good fight, but would he last long enough? Maybe. Maybe he will last long enough to the very end, until all is said and done. Until finally it's time for him to get taken down. I feel like with all of Tommy Oliver's arsenals at his disposal, he's gonna win. He has many different Ranger abilities, and there's no doubt in my mind that he's gonna use every single one of them. He's gonna morph into every single Ranger and use every single thing. And if it comes down to it, if push comes to shove, he'll go into the Zeo Red Ranger. And then he'll just play it out. He'll just battle it out as long as he can, which is gonna be the whole dang time. And then eventually, he's gonna kill Godzilla, because eventually he's gonna get strong enough to demolish him. Godzilla's not gonna withstand anything after that. I mean, Ghidorah almost killed him. Godzilla was almost killed by a monster more than once. Especially, he almost got killed by a mechanical version of him that was supposed to kill Titans. And yet, he survived, but he only survived because King Kong helped him out. And that's the issue. It's just a one-on-one battle. And I bet you even if King Kong was there, Tommy has faced off more than one villain to handle more than one opponent. And if that's the case, and he's not able to do that, remember, Golden Zeo Ranger right there. If push comes to shove, he will grow himself and he will fight King Kong. And after that, neither one of them are gonna win, because they're both gonna be busy trying to handle the other. I mean, yeah, they could try to tag team as much as they can, but these guys are experienced fighters. They'll know what the heck to do. They'll know how to handle these guys. And eventually, it's just gonna get to the point where Godzilla's just not gonna be able to withstand anymore. He's gonna die, or he's gonna be defeated. I feel like he's gonna die. I feel, because especially if Tommy Oliver doesn't know that he's a good guy. Well, I mean, technically speaking, I don't know. It's hard to dictate. People say that Godzilla's a good guy. Other people say that he's a bad guy or he's just a villain. I mean, he destroys a lot of cities. Sometimes it's just no apparent reason, and apparently in the movies there are all reasons he's doing it. Because there was a monster there. But from what I've heard, this guy's killed and destroyed more than one city. So yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna think he's a good guy for like 5 seconds. And especially a Power Ranger, they tend to fight with everything they've got until the battle is won. They're not gonna stop. Nothing's gonna stop them from protecting the world, especially from protecting the world. They will not stop. They will keep on fighting no matter what. They have the world at stake there, and they're gonna keep fighting. No one can really take them down. That's just me, though. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. I'll definitely look into it. And I'll see you in the next video. Deuces.